Hi there. In this video, we'll try to study about the fundamentals of a website. What a website actually is, what it consists of, and how to get started with creating our own website. If you don't know about any concepts of website, or if you're confused about what is domain name, what is hosting, what is WordPress, what is Wix, and all those terminologies, then this video is perfectly for you. Let's begin. Now we all know that website is an online address where we can host pages, where we can write some information, and we can share the information that we have about ourselves or our business with the world. So website is our unique address on the internet. Anything that you hear in multiple places like my home page or my landing page or my blog page, everything all refers to having a website. A website is a combination of a unique name as well as a storage space, and there are many specialized softwares which are used to build a website. Now first, let's see what is this unique space and what is the storage space. So the unique name that we hear with respect to website, for example like xyz.com, it's called as the domain name. The domain name can have multiple different extensions. For example, there is .in, then there is .co, there is .co.in, then there is .org, .gov, and there are multiple such extensions .com, .biz, .cc, and so on and so on and so on. So you can have your name coupled with a dot extension as the name for your website. This particular thing is usually called as domain registration. Okay. Now domain registration means what? When you do a registration of your domain, what happens is all the servers across the internet, whenever let's say my domain is amitrana.com for example. So whenever I hit amitrana.com, this domain registration will help the servers on internet to get to a location whenever someone calls amitrana.com. If your domain is not registered, then it will go nowhere. But if your domain is registered, then that domain registration service will take amitrana.com to some particular location on the internet, which is called as our hosting. Now hosting is what? Basically it is a shared space on a server or on a computer which is connected to internet somewhere, and the domain registration service can connect our name along with the hosting. Now this hosting is of many types. Right now we are not going into all the technical details of it, but just understand that this domain will be connected to your hosting, and whatever website pages that you create, they are all saved on the hosting account. So your website pages, whatever that you are creating, they are all saved in your hosting account. So whenever someone puts this domain name in the web browser, because of this domain registration service, the amitrana.com or your domain name will come to the domain registration, and the domain registration will then point that towards your hosting address. And then based upon this hosting address website pages, whichever you have stored, the web page is returned to the Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome or Safari, whichever browser you are using. A URL is nothing but a unique resource locator. It's a full name of a page on your website. Say I have an about us page on amitrana.com website, so it will be amitrana.com slash the page name. So it can be about us, something like that. So you can register your domain name separately, and you can also register your hosting separately. These two are the important services, domain name and hosting. You can have domain name and hosting along with the same company, or you can have them with multiple different companies also. For example, I think everyone will have heard about something called as GoDaddy or Bluehost or HostGator, and there are many such companies. Okay, what these companies do, they provide you with the services for domain registration as well as they provide you with the services for hosting. Now, which service you wish to use from which provider, it's totally up to you. I've just given some popular names which you might have heard, but there are plenty many such names. Okay, so eventually we have to go to some company to do our domain registration as well as our hosting. This is the conventional way of creating a website. Once you buy some kind of hosting at a company, then you will have to write down your web pages using some programming language. Usually the web pages are written using HTML. Now understand, this is the entire website making space in conventional aspect, where you purchase domain, where you purchase hosting, you write down the pages, and then you create your website. In this conventional aspect, you can hard code your coding completely, or you can write your website completely, or you can make use of some softwares. Okay, softwares like WordPress or Joomla, or there are many such Drupal systems. These systems are called as content management system. When you use these content management systems, then what happens is you don't necessarily have to write down the HTML code, but these softwares help you to create your pages. Again, this software are also installed into the same hosting space where you have created your account. Now, that is the way with which, or that is the way with which the websites were being created for a very long time. Now there is a new approach to this also. What is that new approach? Let me tell you. So the new approach is this way. You don't go to any such service like GoDaddy, HostGator or anything, and instead of that what we do is we use something called as a website builder. Now website builder is a completely hosted website service. Okay, so what happens because of this is the technical issues or the technical expertise is completely removed. If you have to use a website using a website builder, it is completely okay even if you don't anything about hosting, domain and all those things. What is website builder then? It's a customized software to build the website. It may or may not require the coding skills depending upon which builder you use. Mostly the website builders are preferred to be used in hosted environment. Hosted environment means what? You don't have to buy any separate hosting, and whomsoever is your website builder will provide the hosting for you. You may or may not require networking knowledge. It is fully customizable, easy to learn and get started with, and there are a lot of templates and design options with a website builder. So what are the different website builders and how you should use? So first of all, let me give you some names of the website builders. So WordPress.com is a website builder which can be used. So it uses the WordPress content management system but in a hosted environment. So you don't have to buy any hosting space or domain or anything. Then there is Wix.com, which is the course study that we are going to do in this video and in this series. Then there is Squarespace.com, Weebly.com, Webflow.com, Jimdo, Shopify, particularly for online stores, and there are plenty many such softwares available. Remember, when you are using these softwares, all you need to do is create an account on their service and then pay whatever charges they have. Mostly they have a monthly charge, and then you can start creating your website. The advantage in this route, or the advantage in creating website in this way, is that you don't need any technical knowledge, any technical expertise. It is as good as, or it is equivalent to creating an email account. So if you were able to create email account, then you can create your website also using these website builders. Now why we use a website builder like Wix particularly? Because this requires zero coding. There is no coding needed absolutely at all. It is fully customizable. You can connect it to your domain, that too within Wix itself, so you don't have to worry about buying the domain additionally and then connecting it. It supports creation of blog, e-commerce, multiple pages and posts, image galleries, affordable, and also provides good service. So ideally, I would say these 9 criteria should be considered whenever you are trying out or whenever you are looking out for a website builder. So along with Wix, the ones which I strongly recommend are Squarespace, Webflow, as well as Jimdo. I have used all of them and all of them are very good. But for a beginner who wants the most affordable solution to create a website, I would say, or I would suggest Wix.com. If you are going to be creating your website your own and you don't want even much design customization, and you want very elegant looking websites and a little bit spending a little bit more is not a concern for you, then you can go with Squarespace. Ideally, I recommend Wix.com because it does everything that any other website builder can do and much more at a very competitive price. Now, this is the difference. So we have seen the conventional way of creating a website. I would like to just summarize it once more. So in a conventional way, you have to buy domain, you have to buy hosting, then you have to have some technical expertise so that you can connect them all and you can use it. On the other hand, you use some web site builder like Wix.com, and nothing of this is required. Wix.com takes care of everything. So how do we start with creating website? It's very simple. Simply go to Wix.com and create a free account. We'll see all those steps in subsequent videos. I think this video gave you an idea or a bird view idea of what is the space of website making and what are the differences between using a website builder like Wix and the conventional way of creating website. Remember, in the conventional way of creating website, you can either write down your pages using HTML, JavaScript, PHP, combination of all of them, or you can use some systems, content management systems like WordPress or Joomla. There are many such content management systems also available for hosting in your space. Remember, of course, for a very big project, for a very large project, generally this approach is preferred. And for personal websites or for small business websites, this approach is preferred. So that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you got a clear idea between the two. Now from the subsequent videos, what we'll do is we'll create an account on Wix.com and we'll try to create our website, our first website on Wix. Thank you for watching this video.